For this project, we are going to be making an expressive one-point perspective landscape. We are inspired by Vincent van Gogh, which my students love to remind me that this is on their math book. You will need a blank unlined piece of paper, and it will need to be positioned landscape, which means it is wider than it is tall. You will also need a pencil and a ruler. If you don't have those things, please pause and grab them now. The first thing we're going to be doing is drawing our horizon line. About 2 to 3 inches from the top, you will draw a line from one side to the other that is slightly wavy, kind of like a rolling hill, not too bumpy, so not like that. The horizon line is the line that divides the sky from the earth. In the middle, you are going to do a dot on the line. That is called our vanishing point. Vanishing points are used in perspective to create the illusion of going back into space. So what you need is your ruler, and we're going to draw lines that connect to our vanishing point that kind of cut our land into pieces, like slices. So you're going to put the ruler on the vanishing point and draw straight lines that go from the vanishing point down to the bottom edges of the paper. You need to use a ruler for this, or a straight edge, but always line it up with the vanishing point, draw straight down. See how it's kind of cutting into pie slices? All of your lines, which are called orthogonal lines, need to go from the vanishing point and touch the bottom of the paper. We're not going to have any in the sky. You should have at least 4 to 5 orthogonal lines that are creating slices. So if you need to go back and do a few more, that is okay. You don't want too many because you don't want too many sections. So I've made 5 lines, which gives me 6 different sections. The next thing we're going to do is draw a house. Our house for this project won't be in perspective. If you know how to, you're welcome to try to do it in perspective. But we're going to do it on the top right section of our paper. You could also do the top left, right about here. The important thing about our house is that it needs to be sitting on the ground, but it also needs to be tall enough to reach into the sky. So you can use a rectangle that already exists, like a little piece of paper to trace, or a post-it note, or you can use a ruler. I'm going to use a piece of paper to kind of show you the positioning of your house. This is also a great time to remind you that your artwork does not have to look exactly like mine. So far, the only thing that needs to be kind of exact is the fact that your diagonal lines go to the vanishing point. But the way you design your house, the way you will design your landscape is completely up to you. For your house, it shouldn't be too close to the edge, and it should have the bottom of it underneath the horizon line. The sides should be parallel with the side of the paper, and the top should be in the sky. So if you have a square, you can trace it so that way it's parallel with the side and that the horizon line would cut through it. You can then erase the horizon line inside your square because your house is not see-through. Go ahead and take a few minutes to decorate your house. Give it a roof, give it doors and windows, and I'm going to be doing mine in crayon, so I'm not going to do too many details that are really, really little. I'm also going to draw bushes and a tree. For the tree, it should follow the same rules as the house. The bottom should start on the land, and the top should extend above the horizon line, so that way it looks tall like the house. All right, if you're not done with your house design, pause now and then play when you're ready. The next thing we're going to do is draw the sun. We're going to be drawing the sun setting. So around your vanishing point, you're going to draw a half circle. See how mine disappears behind my house? That's okay. Just make sure you stop so that way it doesn't look like it's going through it. After you do your half circle on the horizon line, you can do spikes on your sun for sun rays. You can do them like I did. You can do actual zigzag spiky lines. Whatever design you want to do for your sun rays is up to you. It is your sun, and I want you to make it look expressive. At this point, we're going to start thinking about colors. I'm going to be using crayons because I'm going to show you how you could do a wax resist, which means I'm going to do crayon and watercolor. And if you are out of time this week, we will continue in next week's or the next video designing. But what you're going to do is you're going to take each slice of land and make designs on it. You should trace the outsides of the slice of the land first, and then use lines to make interesting patterns and textures. See how I'm going from the base of kind of the triangle of the slice and then going upwards towards my vanishing point? This will make it look like the textures are moving or creating movement towards our vanishing point. So it's up to you what kind of line designs you want to make. Have fun trying to mix and match them, using different colors, maybe overlapping some a little bit. But you're going to make your own line designs in each slice, even the slice that has the house on it. I'm also going to show you, if you want to do a road, how to do a road. Also, if you have time this week, you can color in your house. You should color in your house all the way. So for my slices, I left some white space in between my designs, but for your house and your trees and bushes, you should push hard and color them in completely. Even if there's a white space on your house, you should color it in with a white crayon. That's it for this week. We're just starting your landscape designs. If you're ready to finish your landscape designs and your sun and your house, go to the next video for next week, and I will show you some pointers of how I did some of these designs, as well as how I am going to use watercolor.